Helemaal gemaakt.
And now, it's time for the World Studio Tour, all the way in the Netherlands.
Brought to you by PTZOptics.
Welcome everybody to the World Studio Tour. Here we are.
My name is Tess Protesto.
And I'm Paul Richards.
Today's a very exciting trip for us as we are headed to the Netherlands. We're joined by Eeuwit Klink of MKB Webinar and his associate Mark, who is the Chief Tribe Officer at Tribal Inspiration Workplaces. Tribes Inspiration Workplaces.
Beautiful workplace. It's one of those shared workplace environments where Eeuwit actually is able to do a lot of amazing live streams. Something I haven't seen anything as beautiful like this in a long, long time. So we wanted to bring back something that we haven't done in a while, which is
the lightning round.
The lightning round.
Are you ready for this, Eeuwit?
Yes, I am.
So since we have two guests today, let's ask one question and see if we can get an answer from both of you gentlemen. So coffee or tea? Eeuwit, we can start with you.
Coffee, as black as possible, please.
Okay, how about you, Mark?
Black and hot.
All right, we both have two black coffee drinkers here. Apple or Android?
Definitely Apple. Yeah.
One Apple
Mark?
and...
Yes.
Also Apple.
One Apple. All right, so Mac or PC?
PC, or Mac. I'm sorry, Mac, because I'm using Wirecast. Otherwise I would use vMix maybe, but Mac.
Yeah, I'm a Mac fan since I was 4. So yeah.
Since you were 4?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like the WYSIWYG fans, and Apple was the only one who could do that. What you see is what you get.
I guess so. So let's think here. Favorite candy?
Drop, but that's typical Dutch. So you don't know drop.
Cultural inspiration here. What is
yeah. Drop, yeah, it's written like drop, let something fall on the ground. Drop, it's a black candy, it's typical Dutch, and you can only buy it in Holland. It's an export product.
What can we compare it to? Is it chocolate?
It isn't comparable, no, it's not chocolate.
It's a bit like rubber.
Yeah, it feels like rubber in your mouth.
How about you, Mark?
And it's as black as rubber. Yeah.
I would say chocolate. Dark.
Chocolate. All right, so if you could go any place or time in history, where and when would you go?
Well, we discussed that point together before. So we choose Rome because of the empire. But Mark can explain why he would like to go to Rome in ancient times.
Yeah, I would like to go back to the ancient Rome, because in those days every country and every tribe had its own culture. And we were not yet like the global community,
right,
but separate by distance. So more unique culture in those days.
Interesting. Some things such as live streaming can blend culture a little bit, and I can see how that can happen. But thank you guys so much for joining us today, and let's get into things here.
Thanks for having us. It's great.
So, the first thing we wanted to do was talk to Eeuwit about his business and how he uses live streaming and actually helps his customers. So Eeuwit, can you tell us a little bit about your business and what you do for a living?
Yes, of course. Well, I can start with telling I'm quite a newbie. I do this for 1 year at most.
Me too.
Before that, I did some photography, but lots of other things. And I have a little technical background. So I became interested with webinars, and I found out it's quite difficult to figure out which audio and video and computing are compatible. And I was looking to the trends in webinar, and I saw all this one-person shows with the webcam and lots of slideshows with audio only. So I thought by myself, okay, if this is gonna move, where will it move towards? And I thought, well, I think it's going to move to more high-end shows, talk shows. So I thought, no, well, maybe there's some business in it. So I start MKB Webinar. MKB stands for business, small and medium business. And I help businesses with their webinar solutions. So I help with the campaigning before to attract people, but also the technical stuff, cameras, audio. I do the broadcast.
So these are some of the
That's
pictures
awesome.
from your work, and I just love the space. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the space?
Now, is
Yeah,
this tribe?
No, this is not tribes. This one is in the Rabobank. It's one of the biggest bank, greatest bank in Holland.
Okay.
Before is in a library. But I can show you some pictures of tribes, and then I can explain you why tribes is very interesting for me. Maybe you can see now. Yes. There it is. We go where the business is. That's the mantra of tribes. And like business nomads, businessmen are traveling all around the world, and they meet each other in tribes buildings. So for me, this is a very, very interesting place to offer my webinar solutions.
Yeah.
And also for the businessmen who want to do marketing, video marketing. It's very easy for them that I am there to offer my product. And that's the reason that Mark asked me to come in tribes. And for me, it's a very inspiring studio, because everywhere where in the building where I want to go, I can build up my mobile studio. Mm-hmm. And I've always great looking decors.
Of course.
Decors, is that the word in English?
I totally see the value in that. Now, these co-working spaces are really interesting to me from somebody who does live streaming for a living. It's like a mecca of potential clients.
Yes, it is. But we are in the early days of our collaboration. Mm-hmm. Mark asked me, maybe Mark, can you explain why you asked me to come here in tribes?
Yeah, well, at Tribes we believe in meeting places, in meeting people, not just by using apps or other stuff of non-personal communication. And live streaming is coming close to real meeting people. So it makes possible to meet people in real all over the world, and it's more close to real life than all the advertising and all the other stuff. And you can see each other. You can look in each other's eyes. And that's one of the main issues at Tribes.
Yeah, that human interaction.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I see there you
authenticity.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
The authenticity is really important. It's something we talk about a lot. I see that you have the iPad controller there. Did you want to show us around the office a little bit and do a little studio tour?
Yes, of course. I'm going to select another camera, this one. Well, we are now at ground level. This is the bar where when you enter this building. This is Utrecht Central Station. I can show you a map of the Netherlands. It's really here in the center, so it's also for train and bus. It's the center point of Holland. There above the bar is a map of the world, and there are dots on it, and all these dots are spaces where tribes are, and every building of tribes inspiring workplaces is inspired on one of these tribes. So we are here in Central Station Utrecht. It's inspired on the Hamar tribe. You can see the tribes there. Over there. We are at the tribe table now. This is the tribe table. This is a kind of holy space, but for tonight it's allowed to do this broadcast here. And let me take a look. This one, I'm showing you this. You see that guy here?
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
That's the CEO of Tribes.
Is
It's
it?
Eeuwit. He's quite a character, and he's good with photoshopping because he has the most special. Here, take a look at this.
Oh my gosh.
With a
See?
line on his back.
That's funny.
Wow.
He's a famous person here in the Netherlands.
Is
Yeah.
he?
So these are very inspiring workplaces. It's if you enter another world when you enter a building of Tribes, and that's really great, really great. Yeah.
So someone for you that was invited in to live stream, do you have a single working area space, or do you sort of carry around a mobile setup within the building?
Yeah, that's my philosophy. I don't want a static place, because when you look at the buildings, it's if the client wants to broadcast from a certain setting, we go to that setting in the building, or we build that setting. I'm very free to go in this building, so that's really great. I have one rule for myself. I'm going to show you my boxes. That's over there. I have to do some moving with the cameras. Oh. We want NDI. You know why?
Yep. I can picture so many live streamers who do event streaming trying to offer this service to co-working spaces around us. Paul and I are often renting
this is a
co-working
box
spaces for specific footage and whatnot.
What is that?
What is in the box?
This is a box, and I have one rule. All my stuff has to fit in 2 of these boxes.
Oh, I like that rule.
That's my rule. So I stay mobile, except my LED bar, my great light bar, that doesn't fit. But for the rest, it has to fit in these boxes, 2 of them.
That's funny.
Wow.
That's a good way to look at it, so you can make sure you can carry everything that you are working with, because that's important.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, that's a good way to kind of just get them in those boxes and then go from one room to the next.
Yeah. I can show you my setup, my stuff, if you want so.
Of course.
Let me turn up a little more.
What are you working with
Well,
today?
first of all, I'm going to try. I didn't think about camera angles. I have 2 MacBook Pros. One of the MacBook, this one I use for setting up my shots. And this MacBook I use for the broadcast and for recording. And it's because the workload is too much for one CPU, so I have to divide it. So I work with a switch, a power over Ethernet switch. I can just steer the header cam. Here's my switch. And my cameras are in the switch. My 2 MacBooks are in the switch. And with NDI, I send the signal from the first MacBook, Wirecast, I use Wirecast, to the second MacBook, where I also have a Wirecast license. And this one will broadcast. I have a simple router, a Netgear router over there. And I do that because it can function as a DHCP server. It gives IP addresses to the cameras, to my computer, to the IP controller, and also because it has Wi-Fi. And it makes it possible to use the iPad with the Pen Tilt Zoom app as controller for the cameras as well. And it makes it able to use the NDI app on your phone to do some vlogging around the show. So it's very easy to bring it into Wirecast via Wi-Fi. And I have a simple soundboard here with about 8 channels, but enough to bring in multiple microphones. So this is the setting, and then I have to show with the Helicam. The only big thing I have to carry around is this great light bar. Now it's on a coloring program, but normally I can manage this with DMX.
Very cool.
And I can give it the color I want. So if a company has a specific color in this style, I can choose that color.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Can you show us those again? Those are really cool.
Which one?
Can you show us those lights again?
Yeah, it's a simple LED T-bar.
Oh, and I see you have a camera mounted on it as well.
Yeah, I can show you here. I use most often I use just normal light stands, and with the Manfrotto Power Super Clamp, I got the idea from one of the PTZ user group members. I mount the cameras on the light stands. You have to be aware that the ground has to be stable, because when it's not very stable, because like a wooden ground, it will swing a little bit, and you will see that in your broadcast. But when you have a concrete floor, then it's no problem to mount it on a light stand.
So this allows you to have that mobile setup with the cameras. I was going to ask you, because you don't ceiling mount them, but they do look like they're kind of high up, which is cool. So you get some,
if you want, so you can
height there.
Move them 3 meters. You can move them near to the ground. Yeah, whatever you want. Now they are quite high because we are sitting in a couch with a high back. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to be able to see over that.
Mark can help me with my English. I'm sorry for that.
I thought you've done very well with your English.
Yes, your English is great, and it's really those tripods are really incredible. And I see that's something that I think that is for a mobile setup, to be able to just bring your tripods, put the cameras down,
and your lights,
and point the lights. I mean, it's just perfect.
Really good brainstorming there.
I tried to set it up in half an hour. And I have 2 monitors, just very small ones. It has to fit in the box. And as you can see, the left, oh, I'm sorry, I have to bring it in. Here they are. The left one is the confidence monitor. I use it for my clients so they can see what is in the live monitor. And the right one now is just a display clone, but normally I use it in vMix or in Wirecast for Titler Live. So I have one screen Wirecast and one screen with the titling, especially now when since it's possible to bring in YouTube and Facebook reactions. It's very handy if you can select the reactions you want to bring in your show. So that's why I use an extra monitor for that.
Very interesting. And we showed some of your pictures earlier. I just want to go back to a couple of these.
You're always sharing such great content in the user group.
You have so many good pictures. So can you tell us a little bit about some of your shoots with your customers, and maybe this one in particular?
What are they doing?
This was about libraries, how to manage your employees in a modern library. In Tilburg in the Netherlands. I went there 9 o'clock morning, and the show was at 1 o'clock. Yeah, just a banner in the background of Cubis. That's the name of the company. At the right, you see Raymond. I work sometimes with Raymond. He's a great interviewer. So, these 2 people you see now are employees of Cubis. Yeah.
Interesting.
But on every picture you will see the same setup. Sometimes with little variation, but almost the same setup. Yeah. It works great.
Let's go down to the wooden built seating shots. So tell us a little bit about this. What was the use here?
This was the Rabobank in Tilburg. That's in the south of the Netherlands. And here, this was an interview. Derek, a friend of mine, interviewed Max Kuipers. And Max has a very special life story. He was drugs addicted and totally to the ground. Oh. And then he had to do some work for reintegration. Mm-hmm. And he designed an bracelet for a man with ancient stones, just for fun. And he was abroad on holiday, and someone asked, "Oh, where did you get that bracelet?" "Oh, I made it by myself." And he started a web shop, and now he has a million value company in it. So it's a very inspiring story. And in this setting, he was interviewed, and on that wooden bank, there was public audience. So there was audience, and we were live at the same time, like a talk show on TV.
That's awesome. So that kind of feeds into the webinar turning into talk show theme that you are seeing us transition towards.
Yes. And I saw the On24 Congress, and they also see that movement. I sometimes I call it a topic show. Mm-hmm. Do a show, a live show, and talk about the topic, and let the audience at home, the viewers, let them react, let them ask questions, and have interaction with them. I think that's the future. So when you go to mkbwebinar.nl, you see webinars and talk shows as my brand.
Yeah, that's kind of the direction that we're headed towards, trying to have a in-person interaction with each other, but then also inviting guests, but then also be communicating with the audience. It's a really good workflow.
Yeah, and what Eeuwit was saying is so true, that it's not easy to do that type of work. So to have someone like Eeuwit who knows what they're doing and has done this before and can make it work professionally for a business, it seems like a great service to offer.
Yeah, well, that's the reason, because I made that customer journey. But I have a little bit of a background in the technical stuff, electronics, and ICT. But I figured out that it's very difficult to start webinars at this level by yourself, because you have to have a lot of experience and knowledge about audio, video, studio, enlightenment, etc. So I started a web shop this week, webinarwinkel.nl. It's like webinarshop.nl. And you see the categories, audio, video, studio. And I am going to help companies who want to do webinars by themselves. And if they find it too difficult, then they can buy my product here. I will do it for them.
I like it.
That's awesome. So let's take let's roll the credits. We'll take a quick little credit break, and then we'll answer all the questions in the chat room if you have time, Eeuwit, to answer a few of these questions.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sounds good. It's okay. The audio's going. There's nothing we could have really done. Well, our audio was low, I'll tell you that, but their audio sync, we
pikken ze de
couldn't
interessantste eruit.
fix that.
Ze hebben er 10 over de wereld uitgepikt. Eigenlijk willen ze...
Oh, there he goes, fixing the hair.
All right, and we're back. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. In my ring light here, but it's been a fun show. We've been talking with Eeuwit Klink. He is with
Klink.
Mark, the chief of the Tribe's Inspirational Workplace in the Netherlands. They've been showing us how they've been doing live talk shows and webinars and really helping Eeuwit with his clients from MKB Webinar to create really professional webinars and live streams. And here we are, live streaming to both YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Now we're going to take questions from the chat room and answer some of the questions, because Eeuwit has shown us quite a bit here, and I know you guys have some questions. Let me turn it over to you, Tess. What do we got over there?
Yeah, why don't we get the gleam of wow.
Oh, good point.
We give everybody a chance to respond and to sort of take in everything that's going on here. So Clifford's asking about latency in our show right now.
Okay. Oh.
What are we getting on?
No. So there's a little bit of
good on our end.
audio latency that we weren't able to figure out in the early stages of this show, but the latency on the video should be just about.
You said that you typically use Wirecast, correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Clifford was asking. Well, Clifford said what switcher software, so he's not talking about the switch. He's talking about the streaming software, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's talking about Wirecast. Alrighty.
I use Wirecast Pro, the newest version. I think Wirecast did a great job with Rendezvous, It's like a vMix call. They really did a great job, and the Titler Live and Titler Live Present are great features for to trigger engagement.
That's awesome.
The Facebook and YouTube part of it.
Some exciting features there, especially with Rendezvous for us. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was
Rudy says
feature.
plans for a tribe in Belgium.
I'm sorry?
Plans for a tribe-inspired workplace in Belgium?
Yeah,
I guess this one's for Mark.
Yes, there is. In Brussels, we have 3 locations actually.
Oh, you already have them in Belgium.
Yeah. In Brussels, the capital,
In Brussels.
European capital. Yeah. Absolutely.
How about the United States?
It's coming. We're coming near to you.
I can see a lot of success in bringing that over here.
Remember tribes.
Well, let's
like
pull
it.
our giveaway. So we have 1,200 entries this week at our giveaway. So we're gonna spin the wheel.
Time to spin the wheel.
It's time to spin. So if we just fade over to the desktop capture, we'll pick a winner here. I'll grab the wheel.
And now it's time to announce this week's live technology giveaway winner. As noted in the contestant rules, all winners must be present in the chat room to claim the prize, or a new winner will be drawn. Drum roll, please. And now it's time to announce this week's live.
Let's go to the desktop capture real quick, and we're going to pick a winner. Ta-da! All right. Now, you do have to be present in the chat room, and there's a little latency, so we'll give them a second here. But we have Vinay Shankar from Bangalore, India. Now, keep in mind, if you are outside of the United States, we are asking you to pay for the shipping. It's free shipping inside the United States. So here's the beautiful wheel that we'll be drawing soon, and we'll just continue to answer questions. The obvious question that everyone keeps asking about is the audio sync, which, from what I could see early on, is that your audio is maybe 2 seconds after your video, so adding an audio delay wouldn't help that.
Vinay is here.
Unless you added an audio delay on your side. If I added an audio delay on my side, I would actually make it worse.
Jake says we would love to have a tribes-inspired workplace in his city. All right, I'm going to spin the wheel.
Is Vinay here?
Vinay's here.
Oh, okay.
We got lucky this time. All right, Vinay, this one's for you.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. I don't even want to look. This is giving me anxiety.
I'm not looking. Virtual set pack. Oh, went backwards. To Chat Connect Pro. Well, you can have either of those.
Do you want the virtual set pack, Chat Connect Pro, or vMix mouse pad?
Yes.
It still has
all
yet
of
to
those
land
options, which is great.
on the camera.
We're still waiting for someone to claim their free camera. And then, Eeuwit, I think we're going to have you on the Grow Your... Did we have you on the Grow Your Show tour already? No, we didn't.
No, you did not. No.
We'll have to have Eeuwit
Would you like to be on?
Yes, of course, I would like. Yeah.
All right, we'll get that set
We'll
up.
have to have you back for that as well. Patrick says the suspense is killing him. So it looks like, if there's any questions, guys, I know Eeuwit is in the PTZOptics user group. So that's at facebook.com/group/PTZOptics. And Eeuwit's been so great. PTZOptics pals.
I was just about to say, wow, Paul, you perfected it.
Oh, I can never seem to get the full user group URL right, but you'll find us.
And Eeuwit was mentioning something about having received help in the user group from another user. I love seeing our users unite.
Yeah, so that's funny. And if you have questions, going to the user group is a great place. Eeuwit is there, so if you have questions for Eeuwit
He posts a lot of great pictures.
Maybe you're watching this online. after the live show, just join the user group, and Eeuwit's there along with us, and we will be happy to help you. So thank you so much for joining today, Eeuwit.
It was me a pleasure. And Mark also, I think.
And Mark, thank you.
Okay.
We'd love to learn more about tribes and have you on the show again. Is there anything else?
There's some interesting opportunity there. And
Yes.
I foresee that being kind of a big thing over here.
We could have done something with NBC because it was in Amsterdam.
Ooh.
And Tribes is also in Amsterdam, but it's a little too late now. I'm sorry.
Oh, that would
No
have been
worries.
Next time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back next Friday with another studio tour. This time we're going back into America. We're taking you to New York City, actually a little outside Brooklyn, and we're going to show you how they live stream professional soccer matches with 3 PTZOptics cameras remote from the stadium using LiveView cellular bonded technology to take all the cameras back to a studio and mix and broadcast and stream from a remote location, but still having control of the PTZ cameras in the soccer stadium. So stick around for that next Friday, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All that good stuff so you can get more of us, because we know everyone loves that. Thanks, guys.
Take care. That was episode 5, The World Studio Tour. Woo-hoo!